Hi everybody, it's Josh with Talk About Trek, and we're back tonight with something a little bit different. I am deep into Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The High Country by John Jackson Miller. John Jackson Miller. As you can see, we're over halfway there, and I'm having a good time with this book. Beating the crap out of it, but it's fun, and we're going to be talking about that soon. But today was, in our area, flea market day, and kind of like the first flea market of the spring, So it's nice to get out and see what can we find, what kind of Trek goodness is hidden out there that we don't have. Because we have a lot, but there's always more little odds and ends that we can find. And today we found some interesting stuff. So, first thing we spotted was, that's right, The Wrath of Khan on VHS. But not any particular version. This is the special collector's series. Let's see if we can't get a better look. There we go. The special collector's series here, as you can see, is, there we go. Very golden and very shiny. And even the back. And I kind of have a soft spot in my heart for VHSs now. I don't know what it is. So if I see one that I don't have that looks kind of interesting, I will always pick it up. And I mean, you're going to get it. It was $1. I mean, what the heck? What are you going to do? Of course I want to pay $1 for this. I would pay $1 for this any day of the week. So that was the first find that we had, and and that was a good start for the day. So after that, we happened upon a Hallmark ornament here. Very nice and basically untouched Mr. Data here. This is from, I think 1997. Let's see if we can look any better here. But of course, Hallmark always puts out some very nice ornaments each year. And that's terrible. You can't see anything there. But anyway, it's a very nice Data. And as you know, Hallmark does a good job. They've got a set coming out this year that I'm very excited about, and I'm probably going to pick up more than one of, especially the Lower Decks Badgie that they're putting out, which looks really cool. So anyway, that was the second find. After that, I think after that was the great comic book find, which is the main focus of today's video. This is a big stack here. But before we get into that, we did find... Wait, I got a chroma filter on or something. Look at that. Green screen. We're just going to deal with that for the remainder of the video. But anyway, anything green is going to show up see-through. Look at that. I'm experimenting with some green screen stuff for possibly a future video. And I forgot to shut it off for this one. But as you can see, we have the Trouble with Tribbles Star Trek TCG collectible or customizable card game limited edition expansion. And I was just going to get a couple of packs. They had a box there. And my wife says, well, why don't you just ask them what they want for the whole thing? So, oh, well, okay, honey. So that's what we did. So we ended up getting the whole transmission. But anyway, we got the whole box there. And I was pretty hyped because a whole box he let go for only $12. And I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. I had noticed that there were one that was torn. And then as I looked closer, I noticed they've all already been opened. So there's no super excitement of cracking the packs and finding the ultra rare. But, I mean, the truth is, I don't think there was anything really super ultra rare in this. So, if there was some magic great card from this set that everybody wanted, whoever cracked all these first certainly has pulled it out, I would assume. But, for the fun of the video today, we are going to pick two. Oh, good choice. We're going to open up an Odo, and we're going to open up a Kirk. And just have a look at what we have here. And again, they've already been opened And now we're just tossing them on the floor as well. But I have a ton of these, like the original ones. I never picked up anything that came, or any of the expansions or anything like that. But let's see what this one here includes. So we've got the... No, that's not going to show up. I'm just going to tell you about them. And if I see a really good one, we'll try to show it on the big one. We've got Braca, the Cardassian. I've played this game maybe like 2 or 3 times against myself. Where did the rest of these go? Found them. Okay. And would love to actually play it against real people sometime. It never came up. So we've got a Tribble, an equipment card. Nothing too exciting here. Let's move on to the next one. The Kirk pack. This is going to give us some gold, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to pull an Enterprise here. Okay, well this is kind of a fun one. Well, we'll show that one off. Oh boy. Oh, we got 2 of them here. Okay. Yeah, I already kind of decided I was going to maybe open up about half of these and then just like put the other half kind of on the shelf, just sitting in the box. Just because I like how it looks. I think it looks cool. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. In fact, let's just do one more pack. Not another Odo. Let's crack a McCoy. Oh, I wish these were real. I can see why people enjoy doing these videos where they just open up and show cards. Alright, so we've got a Borg. We've got 6 of 13. We'll show the good ones off here. I don't know if that's a good one or not. I don't know most of these people. Alright. Anyway, it was kind of funny that they have in this set here. You can get yourself in on the Pack-Led faction here. So here is Greb Nedlog. Man, those names in Lower Decks were really spot on too, weren't they? And then we do have we pulled another Pack-Led. And this guy is not going to be seen very well, but it's Danderdag. Danderdag, we are Pack-Leds. We want to be strong. Excels in computer skill and navigation. Ooh, this Greb Nedlog is actually pretty good. Once per game, you may capture 1 engineer here. So, I don't know, interesting. Again, it's like one of those things I would like to be able to get into someday. It seems so, I don't know, so weird with all these different expansions and things that you could do with this game. And I wonder if you go to like a Star Trek convention, are there people that are like organizing like CCG games to sit down and play these? So, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. And I think that there probably is. So, alright, so we found the VHS, we found the ornament, we found the cards. That was good. But right here was the real find for the channel, I would say, and for me. I have a fair amount of Trek comics. I have fully collected the TNG 1 through 80 in a fantastic box behind me, and I'm going to show that off someday. But then over years, I've just kind of been picking up, one at a time, little bits and pieces of other ones. So I've got a fairly good collection of old Gold Key, old DC stuff, and a little bit of like the kind of, actually not a little bit, a lot of the IDW stuff. But what I didn't have a lot of was the Marvel stuff and the Malibu stuff. So that was what we found today. And there was a dealer there who had a Star Trek section. And amazingly enough, like 95% of what this guy had in that little section was stuff that I did not have. So it was a great way to fill it in. And he was asking just $1 a comic. And I'm pretty happy with that. So they were not bagged and boarded. I did that as soon as I got home. But I just wanted to sit here and kind of look at these with everybody and take a second to talk about them because I am going to be getting into a little bit more of the Trek comic world soon here. So, again, what we found first off and we were excited about was a load of Deep Space Nine. The first one they had here, this is a Malibu Comic #1 celebrity series, written in part by Aaron Eisenberg, of course, who played Nog there. So, a nice little Nog story there, I'm sure. And then we get into this whole, basically the whole Malibu run of Deep Space Nine, which I know absolutely nothing about, but we're just going to kind of peek through. There's also this crossover here that they have with Next Generation. Let's keep that centered there. Another one of those. Cover for that one I especially liked. But again, just goes through all these different stories here. I never like a photographic cover on a comic. That's a terrible idea. Why would they do that? But anyway, yeah, this is the, we'll go kind of quick here because we've got a stack to get through. The Malibu run here of Deep Space Nine. And we'll see if we can see what we're kind of missing here. So the first ones we were looking at were kind of like mini-series, and I think now we're getting into the main run here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got a big jump here. We go up to 14, 15, that's kind of a cartoony cover, 16, 17, 18, 19, no 20, O'Brien getting into some trouble there in 21, and then this is the start, this is 23, which is the start of a trilogy, The Secret of the Lost Orb, which kind of looked pretty cool. I might get into that. And it ends in this, look at this cover, 48-page special. The conclusion, look at Kira, battle armor and a sword, screaming in a field of dead Cardassians. Like what? That sounds cool. That's going to be good. Then it just continues on, and we've got 26, and then the last one I think of that series here is 28. Ensign Rowe, Last Stand on DS9. So that's, like that whole Malibu run, I could probably fill out pretty quick. And I would have like, I don't know how many there are, I have to look it up, but it looks very interesting. And I'm excited to have some more Deep Space Nine stories to get into. And now look at this. Deep Space Nine treasure trove today here. So now we've got a series of the Deep Space Nine Marvel comics, and not as many here, but we do have #1. And if you're going to get something, I mean #1, right? Number 8, 13. That's a pretty good cover. I like that. Look at that. Death and Honor. And then another series here, which that's just the 3. Those are the 3 for Marvel. The series here, I have not heard of. Star Trek Unlimited. So, we don't have #1 here. We start with #4. Can Geordi LaForge and Dr. Leia Brahms unlock the secret of a 100-year-old starship? If not, they're dead. So, this is another Marvel Paramount comic. And we've got #4, 6, 7, 8. And look at this. Well, what do we got going on here? This is a very interesting comic. So I'm not exactly sure. It must be a mix of the old and the new crew somehow in that. Okay, so now we're getting into, I don't know, maybe some of the stuff that I thought was the coolest or just most interesting for the collection, maybe. But here is a very cool special, and this is, so we'll open this up here and have a quick look at it too. This is the DC movie special, Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. And, this looks awesome. Let's just have a quick look here at the inside. So just a nice comic retelling of the movie. I'm sure, is what we've got. The thing is in really nice shape as well. Looks great. Ooh, look at the back cover, too. And look. See, aren't we glad we opened that up to have a look? Because then we get to see that. Look how happy everybody is. Loving it. Alright. We were able to fill in a couple, just kind of random ones that I didn't think that I had. I turned out I actually did have this one. I think it was 37 Trek books I picked up today. I had only 2 that I already had at home. So I handed those off to my son, and hopefully he'll want to read those sometime. But look at those Klingons right there. A little suspicious looking. Anyway, that's part of the DC series. Another earlier. This one I did not have, and this cover I think is actually especially cool. And I notice here, check out who is one of the writers on this book. This way, there you go, okay. You see that? That's right, this book, Star Trek number 3, December of '89, written by Peter David. So, I'm definitely going to check that out too, because I am a big Peter David fan. And I've always been a fan of any Peter David Trek stuff. So now we're getting down to the final countdown here. And this was always exciting. It's always fun when you can get a number 1. And I don't think I have any Voyager comics whatsoever. So the first one that I find and I get, number 1, the collector's issue. Looking good. The Voyager looking good there. Came out November '96, and again got it for $1, so I'm not going to complain. Voyager number 1. And then, yes, another number 1, Starfleet Academy. We'll hide that last one. Starfleet Academy. Number 1. Fantastic first issue. And I have maybe 2 or 3 more of these, like 10 or 11, so again, it's fun to get number 1. Makes me want to kind of fill out the rest of the collection there then. But last but not least, we got the Star Trek The Next Generation 48-page Riker special. Like, what a perfect way to cap off the day, right? So this is the TNG special from July of 1998. Riker, the enemy of my enemy. Which I am definitely going to spend some time reading at some point. But, I mean, I could not pass up, of course, a Riker special. Here we go. So look at this. Undercover, contacting Layer in here. Nemesis era stuff. Oh, yeah, we've got the E there. Oh, man. So this is going to be a fun story. So, again, something that I've never seen. Ooh, Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, my God, I love that game. But this will be a fun read. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. We've got some Klingons going on there. Some Bajoran action. That'll be a good one. So, again, that was TNG Special Riker, the enemy of my enemy. So, 35 new comics added to the collection today. There you go. You take center stage there, number 1. All in all, pretty good haul for the flea market, I would say. I should have looked closer at the CCG packs. If I would have known that they were all cracked, I still would have bought them anyway. But at least I would have known that. Now, listen, before we go, let's look in one more. And just see if we get like a big time character. Now, I don't want to open another Odo. Here we go. Are we going to feel lucky with Worf? Look at that green screen stuff. That's so cool. Alright, here we go. Last pack of the night, I swear. Alright. Let's see if we can get it over here so everybody can join in on the fun. You're probably not going to be able to see very well. But the first card that we have here is a Deep Space Nine Yint. We have an Incident. That's a panel overload. You don't want that. We have a Tactic. Bajoran Phaser Beams. We've got a red shirt. This is Lieutenant Grant. It doesn't seem very exciting. Temporal Investigations. Okay. Come on. Oh. Trouble in the Transporters. Tribbles. Okay. A classic Type 2 phaser. Come on, baby. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Alright. We actually, okay, we got Mr. Scott. And, I mean, if you're gonna, that's a pretty good pull. That's a pretty good pull. So, I'm happy we opened up that last pack. Finishing out here, we do get a Freighter, a Bach-Nor, and look at that, Mr. Scott has got himself 10 tribbles as well. So, oh, that was fun. Again, I think I'm going to crack about half of these, and then we'll leave the other half in the box just for display fun. And then, one of these days, I'm going to make some decks with these things. I know I have the ones right up there, too, that are the pre-made decks. We've got 2 different 2-player games. We should just bust those out sometime. Small screen, big screen. We should bust those out sometime and just, just talk about it. Sit down, talk about it, learn how to play it, because, it's more Star Trek fun. Like, who doesn't want more Star Trek goodness? So here, let's move you over there, Riker, and then we'll put our Mr. Scott right there. So, again, it was fun cracking packs with everybody tonight. I think we will end this video here because I'm going to jump back into the High Country, which is, like I said, this is a Strange New Worlds book, the first Strange New Worlds book, and it's a bit of like a Western as well. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm excited to see where it's going to end up. And I would say at the rate I'm going, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be sitting down talking about this. But before that, I do want to spend some time talking about more Trek comics. And in particular, I want to go through the Star Trek Resurgence series, kind of in preparation for that game coming out. So we can get to know those characters, get to know the ship, and then get ready to play that game. And when that game comes out, I am hoping that I will be able to figure out how to do an actual stream. I'm trying to figure it out. You guys saw that I'm doing things with the green screen. We're figuring that green screen thing out. I've got a little overlay, look at this, that I'm working on, that we're going to do things with. So, we're getting there. One step at a time, and hopefully we'll be able to have some fun and play that game together. So that's the idea. So that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and looking through these fun Star Trek comics with me. And hope to see you all again soon. As always, live long and prosper, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.